Anyway, hello. The British airmen are missing. Oh my God. They've been captured by Al-Qaeda. No, I probably were at one time, but I'm just making a little joke. It's no joke. Anyway, I gotta go do something. And it's not really pleasant because I have to do something I don't want to do, but I think I have to do it anyway. I'll just mention this in brief. There was a man named Michael Muldoon. They called him Mickey Muldoon. His mother was from Cuba. His father was, I guess, an American. Well, Caucasian. I met his mother. A very nice lady. She came down to visit him while he was working on the Obama campaign for change in 2008. They went out to eat. She did some campaign work while she was down there too. She said something remarkable. She was in a portion of Mansfield, Ohio called, well actually, it wasn't actually in Mansfield, but close to Mansfield, called Little Kentucky. And she was going door to door soliciting votes for the president. Well, he wasn't the president then. And she noticed that she encountered strange and bizarre things. One of them was a goat. Right? A goat. Actually, I saw some goats too. I also did some campaigning, door-to-door campaigning for the president. Also, in Little Kentucky. Actually, Mickey Muldoon went with me. He went one side of the street and I went on the other side of the street. But anyway, one time, Mickey, early on, but he was not a paid campaign worker. He was not on staff with the campaign. Initially, he was a volunteer like I was. But they ended up hiring him. And so, anyway, and then I think between the time he was a volunteer and the time he was a staff member, I mean a paid campaign worker, he went to a musical event called the Lollapalooza in Chicago. It's like an incredibly rich music festival with all kinds of bands. Now, I had an MP3 player of some kind or another, and actually I gave it to him to keep for a while to see if he needed it. Well, he didn't need it. But I asked him one time what music he favored, and on a little post-it, he wrote down the music he favored. And that note was sent to me via a special messenger from California. Now, why Mickey Muldoon was in California, I do not know. He was supposed to be in Chicago, but he had a way of getting around. So, the thing is, sometimes, especially if you're dealing with, well, espionage and spycraft and other things that spies do. Like, for instance, today I noticed that the Russians evidently are holding a man that they said works for the CIA. Saw that announced today. But anyway, and then sometimes we would find somebody working for the Russians, well, they were the Soviets mostly, and we would hold them too. And then sometimes they'd have a prisoner exchange. You know, 2 of your spies for 1 of our spies or some shit like that. But what I'm trying to tell you is that the message from California, actually somewhere near Hayward, California, I believe, contained interesting information that I have still I still have interest in. And today, via the usual vehicle, the usual methods, I have transmitted that information again to the CIA. Because obviously, sometimes it takes a while to decode things. And so I have decoded it. And I have sent the deciphered message to the CIA just this morning, which is, of course, holy shit. I want to get my ass run over. Especially by a bicycle. I sent it to the CIA, and since I've deciphered it finally. Now, I have to tell you something. We work, those of us knocks. I'm a knock. That means I'm a true spy. We work with, well, sources that are sometimes very, very well hidden, very deep cover. And not long ago, I had an encounter with a Serbian man who seconded me to a Czech, who, oddly enough, seconded me to a man from Albania. These are all Eastern Bloc countries. Well, they used to call the Eastern Bloc. And so, it was via this roundabout method that I was able to decipher the message that Mickey Muldoon gave me in probably, I would say, July of 2008. He sent it from California. We were supposed to go to Chicago to the Lollapalooza. He had a ticket for it, but evidently he decided to go to California instead. I don't know why. But he sent the message to me. Ideally, I would suggest that this is only, showing his interest in music, what bands he favored. There's much more than that. I always wondered whose side Mickey was on. Was he with the U.S.? Was he with the CIA? Or was he with somebody else? Or was he an independent player? I'll never know. I did actually see Mickey Muldoon on the street about a year ago, maybe a little longer. He was talking on the phone. He was accompanied by 3 Asian people, men. Couldn't tell if they were Chinese. Might have been Chinese. Let's just pretend they're Chinese. And he was talking on his phone. And since he was right in front of me, I said, "Hey, Mickey, how you doing?" So he recognized me. He couldn't remember my name. I had to refresh his memory of my name. Anyway, I did give him my phone number. He said he thought he had my phone number, but he said he had a new phone. So I gave him my phone number. Of course, he never called me because he's busy doing other things. What things? That's a good question. Anyway, the long and short of this whole YouTube video, hopefully it will come up to YouTube, is that today, May 14th, 2013, we are embroiled in a battle of good and evil. In my consideration, the U.S. is the good, and these other motherfuckers are the evil. So, and that battle continues endlessly, unfortunately. Seems to be no end to it, though there should be. Well, just as there should be an end to this video. So, I don't know. If I were to say, what is a Jew? Let's say I made a book. What is a Jew? How would I make the book? What would be a Jew? What is a Jew? According to a rabbi I spoke to several years ago, the Jew is not a race. They're not a race. What is a Jew? That, my friend, is interesting. And so when I talk to someone, I don't know if they're a Jew or not, because I can't tell. I have no way to, there's no Supposedly there's a marker, that is, Jews have big noses and they're dark complected, but actually, and also usually have black hair. But that is not necessarily the case. So anyway, I'm signing off now. Time is about, oh, I have no goddamn idea. It's about 9:15 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time. I, my friend, am on the planet of the apes, or should I say the monkeys.